What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. We're going to be talking about the Market Watch and why it's changing a little bit, and I have a feeling it has a lot to do with just this boring summer with Double Masters 2022. We had Battle for Baldur's Gate, and that was really the last time where I think we've noticed an influence in the market based off of the metas changing. And because we've had this break of about 2 months, the cards that trend are going to be trending for suspicious reasons more often. So to help you navigate through this website, this is mtgstocks.com, you're going to want to go to the interest tab right here. Or not really a tab, but it's an option. So you're going to want to click on that. And then the tab that you're going to want is the market tab, because if you go over to regular, this is what people are listing cards for. You go over to foil, this is what sellers are listing foil cards for. And market foil is what the foils are actually selling for. You know, actual salespeople want them, they're buying them. It matters because that's the best way to get information. You don't want to list something at the same price that someone else is listing it because it could be way higher and just unrealistic. So if you want to sell a lot of cards, this is the best thing to pay attention to. But to go a step further, I think if you just pay attention to the trends here since yesterday, it's just a one-day trend, that really doesn't tell me that much. So what I do is I scroll all the way down to where you get the separation here, and it'll say since last week. So this is the weekly market trend. This is what I pay attention to, and it sets me up for the Market Watch. So I go over usually within the top 10 cards that make sense to talk about. If it's a card I've already talked about a bunch, I probably won't. So I'll go and look at something new like this, and at the very top we have a percentage gain of 359. That's insane. And what is the card here? It's a Commander Kaldheim card, Moldavine Reclamation. This has been printed, I think, at least 3 times, and it's always been an uncommon. It's not bad, it's just the 5 mana is what kind of lowers this for a lot of people. And you'll see, compared to last week where it was at 64 cents, this week we have 294. So that's not something that typically happens, especially if it's just one random printing. It's not hard to find, and if you were to scroll all the way down, try to find other Moldavine Reclamations, you wouldn't find them, because a seller on TCGplayer is taking advantage of it. And this is why I needed to screen record this entire video, just to catch these people again, because it is mostly one seller, but it's a lot of other sellers as well. It's just this one seller is really easy to catch because they have this habit of taking several different conditions of the same card and listing them at the same price. Another card we're going to look at is Sandstep Citadel. There's no reason why this should be a $3 card. It's an uncommon land that enters the battlefield tapped, but a percentage gain of over 200%. That's ridiculous. Phyrexian Tribute is a reserve list card, so it going up is mostly because of the reserve list impact of that buyout. Probably still market manipulation, but that's not really as big of an issue as these other cards because there's just so much quantity going into these random commons and uncommons. We have Hopeful Initiate. This one is another rare card, this specific printing from Double Feature, and I think just overall the card is going up because of actual metas, so I don't think we'll talk about that. But we have Kenrith's Transformation. This is no longer a standard card. It's another uncommon, but we're going to check it out just to be safe. We also have Dragon Speaker Shaman going up about 85%. That could be explained away with the whole Miram Dragon Tribal and Battle for Baldur's Gate, but we'll double check that. Clever Impersonator is another one we could check, so let's go ahead on over to TCGplayer.com and look at it screen recorded and everything, so you know it's me doing it the same day, August 15th, 2022. So here we are over on TCGplayer, and this is Moldavine Reclamation, again from Commander Kaldheim. That is the printing we want to look at, and you can see the first listing here is lightly played for 40 cents. And we scroll down, we look at the first listings, and they're all right around that area of around $25 to $1. You do have the shipping that you need to factor into that, so that makes it a little bit more expensive, and it's not a card I would ever buy by itself, so usually the shipping cost goes into the rest of your package. So let's take a look here at the latest sales again of Moldavine Reclamation, just so we're all on the same page here. It's a great feature. You can use this to actually check and see, well, what's going on here. So this stands out to me because we have a lot of purchases at one quantity, and they're all over $3. We have a purchase of 40 of these at 38 cents, which is kind of suspicious. makes it seem like someone is padding their inventory. Again, this doesn't really tell us any specific information like the sellers, so all we have to go off on. You have a lot of these sales and they're all over $3. It's just way too high. So let's go on down to this this little last page here. Check it out. And usual suspects, again, we're on the same page. Last save point. They have 3 different listings here. We got a near mint, a moderately played, and a lightly played, all at $3.49. And they all have a quantity of 8. They like the number 8 for some reason. So here they are again, they're caught doing the same exact thing. I did email TCGplayer, so hopefully something is accomplished. I don't know. They did kind of just give me the whole, we'll give it to our management team, we'll give it to our technology team. So I'm kind of doubtful, but at the same time, I do think this might go away when we have the new set Dominaria United. A lot less attention on these guys. But this is bad. I mean, they're doing it for multiple cards here, and it's last save point on almost every one I've checked. That doesn't excuse some of these other sellers here, like we have Dolly's Toys and Games. I've bought from them before in the past. Insanely high shipping to go with an insanely high listing. Vegas Games, $2.94. I mean, you get some of these other ones, it's just a quantity of 1, so it's kind of forgivable. But you have Galactic TCG here, $3.60 and a $3 shipping cost. Quantity of 38 that they have here. It's more likely to be an operation. It's more likely someone who's taking advantage of the cart optimization feature over on TCGplayer. So next up, let's look up Sandstep Citadel. And this is the one from Commander 2020. So here we have it. And as you can see, the first listing that comes up here in the recommended part is 62 cents. It's not really that desirable of a card anymore. I remember when it came out back in Konsatarkir, and it was nice to have another set of lands since the Alara block that could come into play tapped, that when they untap, you could tap them for 1 of 3 colors. But we see the same market price here, $3.11. Let's look at the most recent sales. $19.99. You got another one down here, $19.99, actually 2. And it looks like this is a more recent operation, going back to the 14th, just yesterday actually. So that's pretty concerning. Let's look at the listings again. First page, it's not something that I would spend $1 on. This is 50 cents at most. Go to the final page, and who do we have here? We have Dolly's Toys and Games again. They only have 2 of these, but it's still, you know, way too high for this card. Got a bunch of other sellers. It seems like a lot of these are influenced by the shipping price. But we have Aegis Games again, $3.11, quantity of 7, so you get some of the usual suspects here. I don't see, surprisingly, last save point on this one, but it doesn't mean we won't see them again. Most of these seem okay, but you know, you do have some sellers here, Double Infinity, you know, quantity of 1, so it's not as big of a deal if it's just 1 or 2 cards, I think. But when you have larger quantities and you got like 20-something of the same card, and they're all listed at the same price regardless of the condition, it is a bit suspicious. So what was the next card here? I guess it was Kenrith's Transformation. And that was just the one from Throne of Eldraine. As you can see here, we've got one from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. It's been reprinted. It's not in standard anymore, so there's no reason really why it should be that expensive. But, you know, it is getting up to $1 for a lot of these sellers. And, you know, that's okay. I guess it's still good removal in green, but let's look at some of the final pages here. Real quick, just to see what's going on. You know, foil prices again. Whenever you go to the final page, you're going to get a lot of foil prices. So you know, it doesn't matter, $4 or $5 for a foil uncommon. That was pretty good at one point. It's not really super alarming, but trying to find the usual suspects here. And so far, I mean, I'm not really seeing anything super crazy. I don't know if there's enough meat on the bone. Oh, here they go. Last save point. You have near mint, heavily played, and moderately played. You got a $3.98 listing, $3.99, $3.99. It's funny because the more damaged one here is a penny more expensive. They got a quantity of 9 this time on the near mint, and they also have another one down here, lightly played, $3.99. Here you are, again, last save point. What the heck are you doing? What kind of operation are you running here? Cape Fear Games, it's another big seller. And then you get, like, this is what I expected here, the bottom listing here, Mage's Archive Sync. You get smaller sellers here that try to pull this stuff, and Like, what are you gonna do, right? You can't keep everyone from breaking the rules every now and then, or, you know, trying to scalp something or trying to take advantage of a cart optimization feature. But these are some of the largest sellers on your site here. Last Save Point's doing this with just about every other card we've seen. You have different conditions here for the listings, and they're not giving you any discount according to that. So that just doesn't make any sense. Let's look at the latest sales, by the way. So we've got, this doesn't look super bad. Oh, here we go. Near mint foil, though. I mean, we got a near mint sale here at $397 yesterday. Another one, $398. You got, yeah, $398, $398, $398, $398. What is going on? $395, $395. Wow. And I mean, it's all very suspicious. So let's look at Dragon Speaker Shaman. And I believe, which one was this? This was the one from Commander 2017, another Commander card, by the way. And the market price, it doesn't look that bad compared to the rest, but it's still higher, right? You got 345, 278, 280. Okay, I mean, that could be genuine interest in the card. So let's look down here. Let's look at the last page, actually. Last Save Point. Here we go. Here we go. Got $10. $9.99 lightly played, $9.99 moderately played. You know, that's just way higher than pretty much everyone else here. Midnight Games is a smaller seller, smaller than them at least, and they've got it at $9.95. Everyone else has it at a relatively reasonable price. You're talking like, what, 200% more? That's ridiculous, guys. So let's find another card. Crescendo of War. Alright, no, let's look at Clever Impersonator. And specifically the one from Commander 2019. The first one here is pretty high, $9.84. You see the buy list market price is around $1. Market price is being influenced right now around $7.52. That's not normal. Like, this is closer to being a $3 or $4 card at best. And you can see the listings down here reflect that. So let's look. We don't, I mean, yeah, there's no foil for this, so I was thinking that might be the case. Here we go again. Last Save Point, near mint, $9.85. Last Save Point, heavily played, $9.90. Last Save Point, moderately played, $9.90. Last Save Point, $9.90, lightly played. And you get the direct to TCG player feature on these too. This is Card Alchemy, you know, another larger seller, but they've only got one of these. But clearly it's a lot of the same sellers. That's what I wanted to make this video for. And this is with several cards that are trending. So I got a comment basically, you know, why don't you cover other cards that are trending because of genuine interest in the metas? Because it's hard to. And I would have to pay attention to the sales, and every time I look at the sales to try to figure out if it's genuine interest, it's a scam. It's inflated prices to take advantage of the TCGplayer card optimizer. So I apologize. I wish I could go back to doing it the way I did, but I think that's, you know, right around the corner. Dominaria United's probably going to influence the meta, so you're going to see a lot of organic interest in cards like these. Let's go check out Crescendo of War from the original Commander set. So here we go. Lightly played, 1879. I don't know. These are all pretty high, so this might be genuine interest just because of the rarity of this printing. And this is a good example of that. You get someone out here, they got one of them trying to sell a heavily played one for $68. Crossroad Games, a pretty large seller there, so. Other than that, though, I don't really consider that to be a big deal. Most of these tend to be around, you know, high teens. You got the $20 value, that's fine. So I talked about Nimbus Maze last week. I don't really feel like I need to cover that again. That was a one with some market manipulation, and the rest of these are kind of, you know, reasonably high, but I don't know how much those are being manipulated. I could go over even more of these and probably find Last Save Point and a lot of the same sellers. So anyway, if you appreciate the video, please share it around. let other people know, because by the time we get Dominaria United spoilers, a lot of other cards are going to trend genuinely, but I don't think these sellers are going to stop. I think they're going to continue doing the same thing, which means that people are going to continue getting ripped off. So signing off, I will see you guys next time.